And now I'm going to bring on Jeff, the VC. Here we go. Jeff, the VC. There he is.
How are you, Jason?
How are you?
I'm fantastic. Jason, where are you in Florida?
Aventura.
Aventura. Well, I'm down in Miami, so Aventura is a good place to be.
Are you going to be at Carbone tonight?
You know what? I might be. You going to be there tonight?
There or Satai, one of the two.
Both are good choices. So yeah,
so
I was at the Satai literally an hour ago. I'm at the Soho House now.
Yep. Friday nights Satai are pretty good. So you live down here?
Yes, I've been in Miami for 21 years.
So what room are you in right now? What is this that we're looking at right now? Where are you?
Oh, well, this is a video room at the Soho House.
Got it. So you're at the Soho House right now, and
yes,
you're wearing a sport coat. You look nice. You look nice.
Thank you. Well, if I was sitting by the pool, I'd look a little different, but I'm not.
I know. I'm not usually like this, but the audience tells me they like to see me in real life. So I didn't. Well, I have a polo shirt right there that I could put on right now, but they like to see. I don't know. That's what they tell me. So, and we've grown a lot.
If I'm not mistaken, you live in Michigan. So why the hell would you ever be doing anything other than what you're doing right now if you're in Florida?
Exactly. So Jeff, what do you do? Tell us about yourself a little bit.
I am a venture capitalist down here we're headquartered in Miami. We have offices. We have a small office in Guatemala City, a small office in London, small office in Spain, small office in Israel.
Got it. Now, how long ago did you start the firm?
I did. Yeah, it's my firm. I started it in 2017. Before that, I was a senior executive at Merrill Lynch, and I retired from that in 2016 to start this firm.
And what kind of ventures are you invested in? Is it small? Is it private equity? What kind of sizes are you doing?
Well, when you say sizes, you mean the checks that we write?
Check size, yeah.
Yeah, we'll write checks from anywhere from $1 million to $20 million. I mean, we just did a deal 2 Fridays ago at the SLS here in Miami with a founder, and that deal will be $50 million. That'll be the largest deal we've ever done.
What industry?
That is a fintech. So we lean in basically on 8 different verticals that we focus in on, but fintech is a big one. Obviously, coming from Wall Street, it's one of my lean-ins, if you will.
And that's where your passion lies. So any investments that you've made that are, what were you going to say?
You're breaking up a little bit, Jason. What's that?
Any investments that you've made that are public now?
They have not gone public yet.
No. Not public markets. Public, like that you can talk about. Anything you can talk about that you've made. Well, that's the last one. You didn't say the name, so that's why I'm assuming you can't talk about it.
No. That company's called Tradeshift. It's a huge fintech play. If you don't know about it, you should check it out. Leading in their space. I can talk about all of them actually, Jason.
Talk more about that one.
Tradeshift. Yeah. So what they do is basically procurement between supply chains and the end consumer. So think of it like let's say you're Bose Stereo and you are supplying radios to General Motors, Ford, etc. Tradeshift does all of the invoicing, all of the money back and forth, all the wiring, takes care of everything soup to nuts. And they do it for, really, to be honest with you, the who's who of any company, in Fortune 500 or whatever it might be. Huge company. It's valued right now at about $2.5 billion. We anticipate taking it public first quarter, second quarter 2021. I personally, my humble opinion, $5 billion to $10 billion is where she'll roll in at.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty sweet, Jeff. What are some other ones? And what's your VC name? I know your name, like Jeff Ransdell, but is the fund your last name? What?
No, the fund is Fuel Venture Capital.
Aaron, we put the link in the chat, please, so you can see it. So if what you did, they already put it. Okay, cool. Let me put your Twitter name. So if someone's listening right now, should they why should they reach out to you, or what kind of companies should reach out to you if they're listening right now, Jeff?
Well, I think, if there are founders that are listening right now and they're looking, for, venture capital money, if they're at that stage where, venture capital or institutional money is something that they're going to be, looking at or can take, then, reach out to us. That'd be great. If you have investors who, I think your show is largely focused on the public markets, and you are smart to have conversations like this one with me. But if you have investors on the call that are looking for access to owning companies before they get to the stock market, then give us a call. I mean, that's really what we do. We our LPs, our limited partners are typically, the only way you can get in our fund is if you know someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows us. So now you know us. So that's how you gain access. It's kind of a VIP table.
No, I love it, and I love the name Fuel Venture Capital. Provide fuel to it. I have a domain name, Ignite It, and the whole idea is like ignite what you're building. This is I don't use it for anything, but I love the name Fuel Venture Capital. And so
there's a marijuana company called Ignite. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. Dan Branzerian, yeah.
Bill Zeri, yes, I was at his Valentine's party. Can you believe that?
Well, I can believe it. I bet it was a hell of a party.
It was. I went there, media guy. It's actually pretty funny. They had some YouTube celebrities, and there's a YouTube video of one of the celebrities doing a 10-minute thing, and you see me walking around holding my iPhone, just taking video. Let's just say that, okay? I look like the biggest nerd ever. I'm just taking video. Yeah. I'll send you the clip one day. It is Ignite. Yes, I know people are gonna now say a lot of stuff about Ignite, but yes. Hey, Jeff, I actually tried to sell the domain Ignite It to Dan, and he said people don't care about domains anymore. He said because you can just search stuff, so you didn't want it. That's what he told me.
I disagree with that, but anyway, that's his loss.
I know. I agree. I agree with you too. And so, what are some other startups or that you're excited about that Fuel Venture Capital is invested in?
Well, I've got you know what SAR technology is?
Which one? Say again.
Do you know what SAR technology is? Do you know what that means?
I think so, but make sure you tell me.
Yeah. Bottom line is, I'll give you the quick dirty on this. If I know the chemical makeup of wood, of cement, of steel, doesn't matter what it is, I can use computers to dissipate the image and look through it. So when you take that technology and you apply it to a microsatellite, which basically skates on the surface of the planet, you can take very, very good imaging, less than 5 meters. And if I had, for example, the coordinates of where you are right now, I would be able to tell you what color shorts you're wearing, if you have shoes on, if you have sandals on. If I knew the coordinates of your house, I could tell you how many boxes of cereal are in your damn kitchen. That's a really big company that we own a big piece of, and we're taking. Well, it should be going public here in the next 6 months. I can't really get into it, but it's amazing.
That seems too amazing.
Yeah, it's an incredible company. It's one of our. It's in our space tech play, but that one's. Again, we're talking 5-6 months now, and it'll be rolling out into the public market. So that's a big one. It's called Predasar and Terran Orbital.
Okay,
both public companies at the moment.
All right. Okay, I like that. Now we're going to go to a next phase of next phase of this interview about how you got to where you got. But before we do that, we got to show you our next our graphic. Hold on. This is how we introduce him. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, you like it? Jeff Ransdell
here. I like it a lot.
Fuel Venture Capital. Yes, this is what we do. I mean, Benzinga, I don't know if you know us, but a few years ago, we were 10. You do? Okay. So we're 10, 20 people. Now we're about 100 people. We get about 15 million people to our site a month. About 60 million people read us. And we provide content to every major brokerage platform, basically. And that's our business. And it's real. I mean, it's crazy, the growth. It's crazy, and we're only here. We're only growing because of the people in the audience who are asking questions. So anyway, Jeff,
congratulations to you, Jason.
No, thank you. Congratulations to you. And this is where we're going to go more about you. How did you get to where you got? How did you not just work at Merrill Lynch, but then have a passion for venture capital and then pursue that. Most people, they're stuck at, like, not stuck, but they're a financial advisor, wealth manager. They stay in that because you can make very good income. You get your AUM, you make very good income. So love to hear like your background of how you to Merrill Lynch and then where you are and like how you got to where you got. So let's hear that.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good point that you brought up. I mean, you know, you can get really comfortable doing whatever it is that you're doing. And, you know, I just got to this point in my career where, you know, I've always been big on technology. I was a private investor in venture capital while I was at Merrill in the public markets. It became very obvious to me, my humble opinion, that, you know, technology was democratizing, you know, information, and that it was going to have a significant effect on the public markets, and that the real wealth, again, my humble opinion, but the real wealth creation is found in the private markets. It's found by hunting incredible founders. You know, technology is changing everything. It's not going away. I think if anything that COVID did, it proof sourced that thesis. And so I decided, instead of looking in the mirror every morning and kind of questioning myself, I decided to, you know, take a bold move, get the hell, you know, take the needle of opium out of my arm that they were kind of pumping in there for 20 some years, and get myself extremely uncomfortable and build out this firm. And my whole idea with building out this firm was that I wanted to provide private clients, investors, access to these companies, because if you don't know someone who don't know someone who don't know someone, you know, to get to know someone like myself, you can't get access to this stuff. You know, I was at Merrill Lynch, and, you know, you don't talk about venture capital at a Merrill Lynch, UBS, or a Smith Barney. You just don't do that. So it was very frustrating to me, and I wanted to try and make a difference, and that's why I am where I am now.
Okay, so no, that's awesome. Now, our predecessor, this one that you were talking about, is that the main one that you're talking about that you invested in that can do all this like crazy radar technology type stuff?
Yeah, that's predecessor. Yeah. It's actually two companies. You have a data play in predecessor, which is providing data to the three-letter agencies in the United States. The customers are all, you know, government type, you know, all the three-letter agencies buy the data, and we just supply them with the data. And then Terran Orbital is a microsatellite manufacturing company that gives us the ride to space.
Got it. Okay, so are they going to merge, or are they going to be separate? You own parts of both.
I own parts of both, and it is one company. So Terran Orbital is the mothership, and then underneath that's about 100 other companies inside of the space ecosystem.
And by the way, I did not know this SAR technology until you explained it. I thought it was something else, like, but it's not. I mean, it seems so unbelievable. Is there a way to demo it or see it at all? Like, it seems like almost too good to be true.
There's some different places on the web that you can, if you Google SAR technology, you can get some demos and whatnot. I think there's a good one where it's looking at the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas. You can see right through it. I think it's a great one to use as an example.
Wow.
But our technology is actually better than what you see on that demo. A lot better.
Is this company still raising money?
It is not right now. No, it's actually about 2 hours ago just signed a letter of intent for a SPAC roll-up.
Got it. Okay. All right. You may need some Benzinga money in it. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you never know. Call me later when I can actually talk about it.
Yep. No, I hear you. Any companies that we haven't talked about that you think the active traders here or listeners would want to hear about?
Well, but you got to understand, in my world, active traders can't get access to this stuff. My world is all about finding companies, curating those companies to someday give them to all these active traders. So everything I'm in, my friend, right now, I have very little public market stocks anymore in my portfolio. It's all private equity.
So I'm getting a question in the chat. Maybe we got some big spenders, Jeff. They want to know if you're taking money from LPs, and if you are, what is the minimum entrance fee? That's what they're asking.
You know, so every smart general partner like myself always keeps VIP shares to the side. So I do have some shares that I can issue out. Our minimum commitment size is $1 million.
So guys, if you want to get a hold of Jeff and you're I mean, I see they paid me money to ask you that question, just so you know. Like I swear to God, because I didn't ask it first because I didn't think they really need it, and then the guy paid like a YouTube fee, not much, but
Nice.
So if you created the Benzinga ETF, yeah, that'd be cool too. This guy says create a Benzinga ETF to get access to some of these ventures. It would be great. I agree. So what's your email, or what email can they reach out to if they want to potentially get further information about investing, or if you want to talk? I know you don't take any random investors. So what's a good reach out email to get a hold of someone?
I'll tell you, here's two great ways to follow what we're doing. So my email is jeff@fuelventurecapital.com. Okay, that's my email. If you want to follow what we're doing, we do an incredible job on Instagram. My handle on Instagram is Jeff Ransdell VC. And you can also see a lot of what we're doing on our Instagram for the firm, which is Fuel Venture Capital. And it'll give you a really good taste of all of our portfolio companies. But these are incredible companies that are absolutely changing the verticals that they're in right now. Fintech, space, robotics. Our robotics company is one of the top 3 robotics companies in the world. Doing a lot of amazing things during COVID for people. For example, if you have a grandmother or whatnot that's been in an assisted living, facility or something like that, they haven't been able to have visitors. You haven't been able to leave. Our robots can go in there and you can actually sit at the table, have dinner with your grandmother, watch a movie with your grandfather, whatever it might be. I mean, we're involved in cutting edge, amazing technologies, and soon or later they'll end up in your world and people will be able to buy them, in the public markets. But today they're private. You got to know someone who knows someone to get access to them.
So, so I guess I have one more question. Are you doing the fundraising per deal, or is it a set fund? Are you doing like an SPV per deal, or is it a set fund that you have?
Jason, it's a good question. We have a fund. So you come into the fund, you get diversified amongst the 25 companies. But then what we do, which is I think very unique because our investors have asked us to do it, which is we will allow our investors to co-invest. So they can go into specific SPVs for companies that they also have high conviction for. It's a really, really great value add from our perspective, because you get to come in and take advantage of all of our work. And we do a lot of financial engineering. So our investors usually come in significantly lower than the street price on any deal that we do.
Got it. Okay. No, that's because a lot of people will do one-off deals, but no, that works. So that's how, if they're in the fund, they get bigger access to these other deals. Okay. So you guys got.
If you're a part of the family, you get special treatment.
Okay. I like that. So you guys got Jeff's email, jeff@fuelventurecapital.com, on Instagram, Jeff Ransdell VC, I think. If that's not right, I know it's in the chat a million times, so they'll get it right. Jeff Ransdell VC. I see you have in that thing. Now, if I see you tonight, maybe I'll look a little different, but say hi. I don't know if I'm gonna stay with my. What'd you say?
I said I for sure will. If you see me, make sure you come up.
Yeah, because I think we're gonna do like at 8 o'clock. I think, or unless my son convinces me to not go. We'll see. I have we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. But all right. Well, it was good. It was good having you on. We would love to have some of your portfolio companies come on and have you whenever. I mean, we go all day from 8 a.m. to about 5 p.m. and soon we'll be going 24 hours. So that's
Jason, if you want to, I'll offer this up to you since you're down here in Florida. If you want to come down and broadcast out of our HQ, it's an incredible place. You'd have a hell of a lot of fun. You're welcome anytime. Just let me know.
Why couldn't you tell me that on Monday?
Well, I didn't know you on Monday, my friend.
I know. We'll do it. I'll rain check it this time. Maybe I'll do it when I come back in a week and a half. So we'll rain check it this time because I'm leaving tomorrow because I coach a flag football team. And we have a game Sunday, or else I'd be staying another week. I would be staying another week if that wasn't the case.
There would be no reason for you to go out. I always say I don't know why anyone ever leaves Miami. Or you're in Aventura, but I don't go that far north. I don't go that far north. I'm a Miami snob.
The reason that I'm in Aventura is I have 3 kids, 11, 9, and 4. And if you look behind me, or I'll just move it. There's water slides like over there. Do you see them? I don't know. I don't know if you see them. There's big water slides, and so for kids, like there's nothing better, and it's still a nice hotel. It's not too, You see the water slides up there?
I do.
So that is what, you know, I mean, yes, I like to be in Miami more than where I'm at here, but with the slides, it keeps the kids happy. And if the kids are happy, you know what they say? The
That's exactly right.
So
Engineered babysitting.
Engineered babysitting. You got it right, my man.
That's right.
All right,
Okay.
all right, Jeff. Maybe I'll see you tonight. Thank you for coming on. Hopefully you'll come
My
on.
pleasure.
I know. Yep. Appreciate it. And enjoy the Soho House, man.
All right. Take care.
All right. Yep. You too. Thank you, man. Yep.